What's up, you guys? So, I am back with an update on the situation between Jeannie Mai and Jeezy and her ex husband, Freddy Harteis, and his fiance, Linsey Tool. I'm back with an update. The last I reported was on the replies that Freddy Harteis made to these people on social media, on the blog, Sister Sipping the Tea, where he said he went from trash to treasure when he went from Jeannie Mai to Linsey Tool. If you missed that video, there is a link in the top right hand corner of this video to check out that video and then come back to this video. Now, after he made those comments, Loni actually went on the Neighborhood Talk blog and said it sounded like a woman that actually made those comments. Those comments saying that he went from trash to treasure. Loni Love left a comment on the Neighborhood Talk and said, Auntie Loni here. This sounds like a woman answering at the Hollywood Hunter. That's Freddy Harteis. She said, you better than this. We were happy with your children being born, so show the same grace to baby Jenkins. Now, I have spoken with Linsey and I did verify it was Freddy. It was Freddy who made those comments. Loni might say it sounds like a woman, but I did speak with Linsey. Her and I had a conversation last night and this morning, and she did verify that Freddy replied to 2 comments out of the millions of hateful comments that they received, and now there's all of this backlash. So we can verify that that was Freddy. Linsey also posted a clapback message as well, and we're going to get into this, and then we'll get into the reports that Freddy Harteis didn't want Linsey to do an interview with the quote unquote brown culture. We'll get into that in a second. So Linsey responded to this person, and she said she's sick of the acts, all orchestrated by her and still happens after all these years, meaning all orchestrated by Jeannie. Every time something happens with her, we get bombarded by trolls because of the narrative she led people to believe. Listen, go live that troll life. Create fake accounts to attack people if that makes you feel better. But let's set some facts straight. Since she won't publicly clear our name and her own lies, let me just let you in on a little news flash. She asked for a divorce. She is responsible for her own actions. All Freddy is guilty of is moving on quickly. He moved on a couple months after she filed for divorce. Big dang deal. I probably should have waited until that divorce she drug on was final, but unfortunately I didn't. I probably shouldn't have been emotional and wrote her publicly, but I was sick of her shenanigans and I did. Now, when she says she wrote her publicly, she's referring to an open letter that she wrote to Jeannie Mai, and she sent it to myself, Impressive, Daytime Tea Time. She sent it to a lot of bloggers, and it was an open letter to Jeannie Mai that we shared on our channels. She said, no one cheated on our end, so get over it, people. There's zero tea here. She just led y'all to believe there was. She moved on, and hopefully she's truly happy. She's not talking about Freddy anymore, so that's nice. About dang time. Freddy has never looked back and never spoke her name. He doesn't care. Meanwhile, she used her platform to destroy us and present a sob story for attention. Everything she does is for strategic attention. You are all just her little sheep. She got you all fooled. Let her be happy. Let us be happy. Leave people alone. We aren't the least bit interested in what's going on in her life. So stop adding us. We do not care. So like I said, you guys, I actually spoke to Linsey through Instagram messages, and she shared with me she wants to be happy for Jeannie, and she shared that she does hope that Jeannie has a joyful pregnancy, but it is difficult being that when she was pregnant, she felt like Jeannie was ruthless towards her. Like when she was pregnant, that's when Freddy was going through the divorce with Jeannie, and she felt like Jeannie saying so many negative things about Freddy on the real, like on her platform, she's able to allude to Freddy and say things about her former husband that he's not able to say about her. Like he's not able to respond because he signed an agreement that he would not speak about Jeannie. So she felt like Jeannie talking about Freddy on the real was making her own pregnancy difficult. So while it is difficult for her to say she's happy for Jeannie, she does wish her joy in her pregnancy. Now, I want to do a separate video about the allegations that Freddy, like the Neighborhood Talk, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. I will have a link below this video. Make sure you guys follow them because they definitely get the tea. Now, they published a post last night that said, exclusive, old messages show Jeannie Mai Jenkins' ex-husband, Freddy, didn't want his fiance to do an interview with someone who is in the quote-unquote brown culture. They can be protective and vindictive. which sounds really racist, right? That sounds really racist. And so I did speak to Linsey about that as well as the blogger who sent this information into the neighborhood talk. The blogger is from a blog called Girlfriends and Champagne. And so I spoke to Linsey and I spoke to the blogger to get both sides of the story because I consider myself fair. I like to get both sides of the story. So I spoke to both people in the conversation. So I will be posting that information in the next video. You guys know I like to keep my videos kind of short. I like to get you in and get you out. So I will be sharing that information from both Linsey and the blogger, and whether Freddy said that he didn't want her speaking with someone from the brown culture. I'll be sharing that information in my next video, which will be coming out shortly. So first of all, if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on the bell button to all. Not personalized, but all. That way you get a notification for every video that I post, because I will be posting it shortly. As always, thanks for watching. Layla, Layla, Layla,